And those are the cheerleaders from Harrisburg. Welcome to another edition of Football Friday. I'm Mark Ovenden, and joining me tonight, a special co-host, Brandon Green. Welcome.
Yeah, tonight's show is brought to you by Frisbee's Plumbing and Heating. And once again, we have a full slate of highlights, even some unbeaten and top-ranked teams that played in Canastota.
But first, we start our show with the most impressive team in 11-man football, regardless of class. The unbeaten Pierre Governors battled Mitchell tonight on Mitchell's home turf, and here's a look at how it went, or didn't go for Mitchell. That was Garrett Stout to Reagan Bolwig in the end zone. Pierre up 7-0. Later in the first quarter, McGuire Rasky on the ground from 35 yards out. This was senior night for Mitchell. These cheerleaders had to be exhausted after the game was over, doing a push-up for every point every time they scored, because then it's going to be Garrett Stout with a bullet to Zach Littler for a touchdown. Not a whole lot the Colonels could do. It's Stout again to Bolwig. 75-7. Pierre remains undefeated. That is impressive.
In the top 10 and 11 AAA, the Roosevelt Rough Riders, they scored 71 points on Monday against Rapid City, and tonight they hosted Watertown. Riders down 10 when Tyree Navi gets them on the board with this short touchdown run. Next drive is Navi again. This time he takes it from 85 yards out. Just the Red Sea just opens up and he just puts on the afterburners and he is gone. He loses a shoe in the process, but that still doesn't slow him down as he gets the touchdown.
Oh, it's good stuff.
And then check out this pitch and catch. Brady Dannenbring hits Caden Jordan for the touchdown. Riders lead 23-10 as he drags the defender in the end zone. That's a nice way to keep your balance. And then just before half, Aaron Kusler punches it in, and the Rough Riders, it's in the fourth quarter right now, and they're leading 43-16.
Now the fifth-ranked O'Gorman Knights welcome the Aberdeen Golden Eagles to their new turf at McEnany, and look who almost gets run over. I was in the middle of that and thinking this probably wasn't a good idea, but it was too late. I was stuck. Yeah, Sam Stukel with the reverse sweeps into the end zone, an 83-yard drive that took 8 minutes to start the game. O'Gorman on top. Now Tate Wishart had himself a ball game. I think he had about 100 yards rushing in the first quarter, this 43-yard run, but they would miss a field goal. Second quarter, still 7-0. Austin Huff to number 10, Sam Rolfs, and Aberdeen Central is putting a nice drive together of their own. There's Dylan Stabner, takes it all the way down. Looks like he might score, but he's knocked down at the 3-yard line. And then Ashton Hansen's going to barrel in. It's 7-7. Their coaches were really excited, but it's going to be Wishart again, a 12-yard touchdown run. That put O'Gorman on top for good. They go on to win this one 29-14.
And two more teams looking for their 6th win played at Harrisburg tonight as the Harrisburg Tigers hosted Brandon Valley. It was 14-12 when I got there. Then Jackson Hilton, he just wants to update the score.
He's pretty good.
6 dashes past everybody to put the Lynx ahead 19-14, but then 30 seconds before halftime, Tigan throws a beautiful ball to Roart, and the Tigers take a 21-19 lead into halftime. Then in the second half, Thomas Skolton, he just got ridiculously hot. He finds Peyton Carroll for the pitch and catch to give the Lynx the 27-21 lead. Then the Lynx, they would get a pump block, and then Skolton dropped back again, play action, and finds Hilton. What a connection that has been all season as the Lynx go on to win 47-21.
Now the Washington Warriors hosting Rapid City Central in the first game of the doubleheader at Hardwood. I stayed out of the way, by the way, when they charged at me. Here's the pass from Max Thompson to Josh Piper, who pulls it away, so that's a reception, and that leads to Michael Johnson with a touchdown run. It's 6-0 in favor of the Warriors. The only thing they did wrong tonight was not score on the extra points. There's Johnson again, makes it 12-0. Next possession, Thompson says, you know, I'm not going to give it to you, Michael. I'm going to keep it myself. He scrambles in with a little spin move at the end, makes it 18-0. And after another touchdown, how about this for the extra point? Great catch by Tyus Hansen. 40-8 your final in favor of Washington. Again, Lincoln wins out west 50-21. They're just having a terrific season. Brandon Valley 47-21. There's your Roosevelt score in the fourth quarter. O'Gorman and Pierre, that score is correct, 75-7. They are really good. Brookings and Tri-Valley beat Huron tonight. And one more score for you, Yankton over Douglas 41-13. Now the game of the night on paper was in Canastota, and that's where we sent Cooper Seamer to get the highlights. Coop, how did it go?
Well, Mark, it was a great matchup when Canastota Freeman's unknown opponent tonight became the top-ranked team in 9AA. Viborg Hurley, after the Pride, beat Bonham last Friday night and moved into the top spot of 9AA. Title right also for the Corn Belt was on tonight as both teams came in unbeaten. But first it's the Pride out first as Trey Ortman's just going to flip it over to Colin Helma, and he'll just casually stroll into the end zone there, and that's an 18-yard pickup. Canastota Freeman goes up 6-0. But Viborg Hurley was quick to respond. On the first play of the next drive, Chase Mason is going to float a pass to Angel Johnson. He's going to make a couple people miss, and he is off to the races. He sees nothing but green in front of him. 83 yards for the long touchdown. And just like that, the Cougars are back on top 8-6 after one quarter. They get back down again. The Cougars, again with the ball in the red zone. Mason is going to air it out to the corner of the end zone and find Tate Kessler for the score. Viborg Hurley is going to go up 14-6, and they're starting to roll a little bit. They drive and end up on the 1, and Mason's just going to fall in, take it himself, and for the score. Cougars scored 22 unanswered points, and they have momentum. They're going to get one more chance here right before half. Mason's going to look to pass near in the end zone, but he drops the ball. And that's going to be Helma is going to fall on it. The Cougars still lead, however, 22-6 at half, and they get to top the Pride 46-20.
And the top team in 11A is T Area, and they hosted the Titans. And the Titans hosted the Bulldogs of Millbank. First quarter punt. This looks like a little bit of a bounce, and then Braden Thompson makes one man miss, makes another man miss with a stiff arm.
Stiff arm there, yeah.
Step back, let him go by, and then his teammates are going to push him into the end zone from the 5-yard line. Longest play of the season so far, and the Titans lead 6-0. And they can play some defense too. That's Joe Waldnefer with the interception, returns it inside the 5. He almost scores, just gets stopped just short, but that's enough for JT Panning to sneak by everybody for the touchdown, and they would lead 13-0, and they go on to win 43-6.
Now the hottest team in 11A is Dell Rapids. The second-ranked Warriors brought a perfect 7-0 record to Hartford to play West Central tonight. Dell's taking to the air early. Logan Ellingson hauling this in for a big gain. But the Warriors try to go to the other side the next time, and this time Derek Eisness is going to be there, and he comes up with the pick. Important because this is a low-scoring game. Fourth down, just before halftime. Ellingson is going to take the sweep, and he is going to take it in for the only points of the game in the half. And Dell Rapids, they've been so good at this all year, pitches another shutout. 14-0, they stay undefeated.
And two teams going in opposite directions met in Canton tonight, where the Seahawks took on SF Christian. Canton has moved all the way to 4th in the 11A rankings with a 5-2 record after a slow start. Not a slow start tonight. Seth Peterson drops back and finds Seth Lane 66 yards for the touchdown.
Give it to Verley.
They would lead 35-6. Verley's going to get it. Caden Verley, 91 yards, and he's running. Nobody is going to catch him. Like I said, 91 yards, had nearly 400 yards of total offense tonight. In Canton, they go on to win 42-22.
He was an athlete of the week last year. He is sure fun to watch. What a great athlete is Caden Verley. Jeff Van Leur's Seahawks have been right at the top 11B all season long, and they were in beers for tonight. Hey, the Watchdogs, Bradley Christensen on the quarterback keeper at 6-0 in favor of the Dogs. But Bridgewater Emory Ethan would answer Jonah Hofer, a 19-yard run for the touchdown. That makes it 8-6 with a 2-point conversion. Christensen then throws to Alex Dokken. He gets into the end zone. It's a 16-14 game.
Never seen that
But
before.
Bridgewater Emory Ethan would score. Chase Arndt drops back and finds Eric Gustafson with a 32-yard touchdown. And after it was close, it wasn't close. 64-20 your final. Bridgewater Emory Ethan rolls. And we finish our highlights in the Dome in Vermilion, where last Friday would have been a great night to be shooting there. Tonight it was beautiful to be outside. Got a little nippy late in the game when I was wearing shorts, short sleeve shirt. But there's a nice run by Nathan Favors getting the ball down near the goal line, and then it's going to be Eric Johnson who takes it in for the Panthers from 2 yards out, 7-0 in favor of Dakota Valley. Second quarter now, Favors is going to pass the ball downfield. It is picked off. Nice play there by Connor Saunders for the Tanagers. And a nice run back, too, deep into Dakota Valley territory. And Tanagers quarterback Charlie Ward's going to flip it to John LaCagnata. And he is going to take it in to make it 7-7, but Dakota Valley simply too good. They go on to win this one 41-20, your final score there. There's your Bridgewater Emory Ethan score again, 64-20 for the Seahawks. Canton, behind Caden Verley's monster night, beats Sioux Falls Christian 42-22. Del Rapids stays undefeated with a 14-0 shutout. T-Area ranked number 1 in 11A. Their only loss was to Pierre, okay? And Pierre won 75-7 over number 3 Mitchell in 11AA tonight. Actually, their score wasn't all that bad when they lost to Pierre. I think it was like 53-27. Viborg Hurley in our game of the night beats Canastota Freeman 46-20. Hope you saw that story on the Cougars last night on KDLT.
It was a great story.
Yeah, it was a great story. West Sioux over Unity Christian 48-6. The Falcons having a great year. Boyden Hull Rock Valley 42-6. A winner tonight. Marty, that game was yesterday 50-0. McCook Central Montrose over Redfield Dolan 63-6. Mount Vernon Plankinton 54-0 over Miller Highmore Harold. Burke 62-16 beats Scotland. Clark Willow Lake and Del Rapids St. Mary, they rebound from that loss to Coleman Egan last week. They beat Oldham Ramona Rutland tonight 44-20.
Warriors do it again.
They've only lost one game. Langford over Waverly South Shore. Phillip over Lyman 32-0. Platte Geddes and Sioux Valley both win tonight with shutouts. Webster having a terrific year. The Bearcats are undefeated, 38-0. They beat Sisseton and Coleman Egan, undefeated, 40-0. They win tonight. Wolsey Washington over Sunshine Bible. Sully Buttes wins by 50 points tonight. St. Thomas More over Stanley County. Elk Point Jefferson beats Flanders 35-12. Roncalli over Woonsocket Waverly, never mind, 16-6. Gregory wins 47-40 in the game of the night, really, in terms of how close it was. Centerville wins 38-20. Baltic over losing to Howard 53-30. DeSmet and Dual victorious, along with Hanson and Britton Hecla. And Sheldon over Okoboji 40-21. I need oxygen, and then I'll come back with some soccer highlights and some volleyball highlights. Nice job tonight. We'll be right back.